Good morning, friend. Welcome back to my kitchen. If you're new, my name is Becky, and today we are actually not going to be spending very much time in here today. I am going to heat up some breakfast. We're heading outside. It's supposed to be a beautiful day today, and we are going to tackle a huge project outside that I have been putting off for 2 years. I should have done it last year. I should do it once a year, and I never got to it. Here is the last of the protein bagels that I made, or I should say protein bagel sandwiches that I prepped. I'm gonna pop this in here because I'm gonna need a good breakfast to tackle today's project. I just put that in the microwave for about 45 seconds, and here is the project we're gonna tackle today. It is glorious out here. Last year, I never pressure washed this back deck. I should not be walking out here without socks on, and it is full of algae. It is so bad. Just algae everywhere. It actually doesn't look as bad in this lighting, but this whole rug is covered in algae. Josh is setting up the pressure washer for me. Here is where you can really see it. And it is officially spring. I want to do this now before real big garden season comes in. It sounds like my breakfast is done. Probably gonna pour myself a second cup of coffee. Josh, are you gonna be able to be out here for a few minutes to help me move all of this stuff onto the lawn?
Yeah.
Okay. Here you can see more algae. And so Josh is gonna help me kind of get all of this patio furniture onto the lawn, and then we can tackle this project. Come on, Dakota. Okay, all the dogs are inside now. So I'm gonna eat this, pour myself a second cup of coffee, and then I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna make dinner tonight with absolutely zero effort on my part, which actually, since I'm talking to you right now, let me just pull it out of the freezer. You can see we're very low on freezer meals. I've got one chuck roast that's marinated there, and I have some of our chicken tenders that we made and some meatballs. But other than that, we're out, and we're gonna make this for dinner tonight. These are some beef burritos we made the other day together, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna turn those into a delicious dinner that isn't gonna take any effort on my part. I'm trying to go through this week and use up the last of the freezer meals so that, I keep saying this, in the next few days, I can do another big freezer cooking day. And I wanna try to use up all the stuff I have before I do that. Before I do anything, I'm gonna eat this. You can see how nice and soft it is. These reheated beautifully. These are the cottage cheese high protein bagels that we made together. If you missed it, I can link the bagel recipe down below. And then we're gonna head outside and tackle that project. So Josh had a good idea of, instead of moving everything off the patio, we're just gonna kind of move sections of furniture so it's a little less work. I am gonna go ahead and wheel all my planters back here. So I'm gonna get this area cleared. I'll pressure wash this, and then we can move stuff on here once it's clean. That you might be able to just put onto that gravel. I could just pressure wash around that.
I could try, but I think it's gonna be like. I mean, why don't you pressure wash? Maybe not in Crocs.
No, I have boots on.
Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought.
Why don't we just put it right here? So we got this whole area cleared off. So I'm gonna start here, and then we'll move this table over here that I can pressure wash this rug. You can see how bad this rug is. Hopefully it's salvageable. I just got these last year. I should have brought them in over the winter, but I didn't. And here you can see where it's really bad. So let's see if we can salvage these. You gonna turn on?
You okay with me starting it?
Yeah, let's go.
Pressure washing is a chore I really enjoy doing. There's something super satisfying about seeing something super grimy end up looking super, super nice in not that long of a time. And I traditionally have always done it on the nicest day, the first nice day of spring, basically. And on this day, it's supposed to be 78 degrees, which is crazy warm for us coming out of fall and winter. And I have always been the pressure washer in our family. The last 3 homes we have owned have always had a pretty good sized patio. And because of where we live, patios around here get usually pretty slimy over the fall and winter because we just get constant rain, just like a drizzle, a sprinkle, basically all fall and winter and into the spring. And so we kind of get like a slimy buildup on the patio. And this was the first year, or last year was the first year that I did not pressure wash. I don't know how that happened. Life must have just got busy. We ended up getting some new patio furniture and it was delivered before I pressure washed, and then I never pressure washed. But this year I was determined to do it because it was so bad. And I like to get it done before the summer weather really hits because we love to spend a lot of time outside once the warm weather hits, and I really wanted it to be kind of fresh and clean going into some nicer weather. My goal is to spend as much time outside as possible when the nice weather hits, and I will want to do that a lot more if my space is nice and tidy. This is a really nice pressure washer. I was anticipating this project was going to take me all day long. It only ended up taking about 5 hours. A couple years back, Josh invested in this really high-powered industrial grade pressure washer, and it has been a game changer. For many years, we had just this really small, teeny tiny electric pressure washer, and then it eventually died, and then I invested in a bigger one that I got at Costco, and it only lasted 1 year, and thankfully Costco took it back. And then after that, Josh did research and he found this really cool industrial one where if it does break, you can actually get it fixed because it has an actual motor in it. And so that's been really nice. You can just see how satisfying is it to see it go from grimy to nice and clean. I also really wanted to get this done early in the spring this year because we do need more bark dust. The bark dust that was laid before has basically composted and there's not much left. There's lots of areas in my landscape where the bark dust is basically just patches of dirt at this point. And you can see how this is kind of ruining the little bit of bark dust that's left. And so I really wanted to get this project done too before we end up getting some new bark dust that I have to put around the landscape. I didn't want to mess that up after the hard work of putting that down.
So I got this first section done. What I should have done is timed how long it took me, but it didn't seem like it took that long. Now what we're gonna do is start moving this stuff over here.
Looks good.
Thank you. Josh just said it looks good. You probably can't hear him. Josh, would you be willing to take a look in here and see if there's anything you want in here and maybe take to the dump whatever's in here, because I don't even know what's in here. This was left by the previous owners. I don't think we need that because...
This is all your stuff, boo.
But I think most of it should go to the dump. Because there's like a broken hose in there. There's old hanging basket pots that are just plastic pots.
These are the dog balls, but I think this is empty.
Yeah, so we could throw that away. So if I take care of the stuff that I want to keep, would you be willing to put this in the truck to take to the dump?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
All right, let's do this though.
Okay, so he's got 2 chairs over there.
Here?
Sure. These actually held up pretty well to the weather. Okay, so if you get the pressure washer turned back on, I'm gonna pressure wash the rug first, then I'll move the rug, then pressure wash the patio.
I was a little bit concerned that these 2 rugs, because there's 2 of them, this is the first of 2, were not going to be salvageable. I really should have last fall rolled these up when I knew that the rains were coming to stay and put them in the seed grow room or my garage or something like that, but I never got around to it. And all winter I've been looking at these rugs thinking, oh my goodness, they are not going to be salvageable. But they turn out totally fine. This pressure washer is super powerful, but it did not destroy the rug. I was worried that when I started actually pressure washing the rug that it would start to fray or something like that. Even the tassels on the end held up really well to the pressure washing, which I was really impressed and very grateful for, that I am going to be able to get these nice and clean, and we will be able to enjoy these outdoor rugs for another season. But my goal will be to roll these up next fall so that they don't go through this, because I know it's probably not great for them to get rained on all winter. And the reason I have long or leggings on and boots on and a long sleeve, even though it ends up being a beautiful, beautiful day on this day, is because I know pressure washing is a very dirty job. Lots of just grime is, thrown up into the air when pressure washing. And so I just have always pressure washed wearing long sleeve, long pants, and boots on. And the only thing is that I keep stepping over the cord, because the one thing with a pressure washer is this pressure washer, I don't know if all pressure washers have this, but there is a safety mechanism on it. You have to actually hold the handle down in order for it to go. You can't lock it on, and that's because, if this is such high power that you would not want to on accident let go of this and it continue to spray. And so I have to switch hands every once in a while, because one of my hands gets tired from holding it down and the other hand gets tired from kind of guiding the wand of the pressure washer. And so I'm switching hands, and when I do that, I have to step over the tube, but that's not that big of a deal. And you can see how nice this is looking. The only thing I wish I had done with this rug is I wish I had kind of gone over it twice. I go over it one time, and then I realize that I should have gone over it twice. So once I get it hanging up to dry, I do spray it one more time. But when I do the next one, I end up going over it twice on the ground, just to make sure it's nice and clean.
That rug cleaned up way better than I thought it was going to. I was worried it was going to destroy it as I pressure washed it, but it seemed to hold up fine. I tried to move it to hang it over the fence to dry, because I think what I'm going to do is take these in until maybe late April, so another month or two, just so that they stay clean for the summer. So we tend to get kind of rain and overcast here most of fall and winter. And then come, mid-spring, it just stops raining. And so I want these to stay nice all summer long, because we don't get that much rain. So if I could let them dry today, I can bring them in. And then when I bring out the cushions for all the patio furniture, then I'll bring these back out. So Josh, I was thinking I would like to hang this up over the fence to dry, and then I'm going to roll it up and bring it in.
That sounds like fun.
It's very heavy. I can't lift it by myself since it's so wet. So can you help me? We'll let that dry there for a bit, and I am going to now pressure wash this whole section here. Pressure washing is always this funny dance because I've already pressure washed this and cleaned it once, but then you spray a bunch of stuff on it, so it's constantly going back and cleaning the same spots over and over. And Josh forgot to turn this back on. Maybe I can do it.
My original goal on this day, or actually I should say this week, was to actually do a couple big meal prep freezer cooking days, because can you believe it, has already been almost 2.5 months since we did the last one. But when I saw the weather report and I saw that we were supposed to have 2 nice days of weather in a row, I wanted to jump on that opportunity to make sure I prioritized getting this project done. And I am going to do a big freezer cooking this coming week. So that is on the list. And I also figured by flipping around what I was going to do by prioritizing this pressure washing project, that would give us a little bit more time to eat through what we have already prepped. I don't like doing a big freezer cooking day when I still have quite a bit in the freezer, because I want to make sure we're going through that stuff and everything that I meal prep stays as fresh as possible. And on this day, it's like the perfect day to kind of use a freezer meal so that I can have a fresh home-cooked dinner on my family's table with zero effort on my part. So I did pull out those burritos that we prepped, and if you missed that, I prepped those not on that big freezer cooking day. I made a big batch of beef broth, and the beef that came off those bones is what I used to make those burritos. And I pulled them out of the freezer, I popped them in the fridge just so that they would thaw a little bit. And because this project does not end up taking me all day like I thought it was going to, I end up taking the afternoon to go to the library with my family. We have a really long afternoon at the library. I have a very special place in my heart for the library, so we're really trying to go at least once a week, and we were able to do that on this day because it didn't take very long to get this project done. And then we end up going to Costco and doing some grocery shopping, but I ended up going to Costco not for groceries. I'm going to share with you the groceries I got at the end, but I went there because I need to find some new rugs for the back patio, and I need to find a rug for the laundry room. I did find a table on Facebook Marketplace for my laundry room, and so now that I know the dimensions of the table, I can start searching for a rug that will go under that, and we can start making the laundry room a really fun and cozy place to be. Because if we have to do laundry, it might as well be as comfortable as possible. And so I was really excited when I found a solid wood table for $50. And so Josh went and actually picked that up for me the day before I did this pressure washing. And he actually got the pressure washer out to pressure wash our truck that we have because it had some algae growing on it too. And then I was able to use the pressure washer to do my project. And so I'm going to share with you how, even though this day was super packed, we are going to have a really yummy, delicious, fresh made dinner with only minutes and minutes on my part to make that happen on this day.
Well, that was bound to happen. I am now covered in dirt. But we are, I would say, about halfway done. So I've got these two sections done, and that looks so much better. I can't believe I didn't do this last spring. And now we got to tackle this. I really wanted to get to this before I lay bark dust, which I probably will order some bark dust in a month or so. This bark dust is basically broke down and it's now just dirt, and so there's a lot of weeds popping up. But obviously I wouldn't want to lay bark dust and then do this pressure washing project. Yeah.
Looks great out here.
Thank you. Looks a lot better. Can't believe we didn't do this last year. Oh yeah, we got this stuff last year, but we didn't pressure wash before we got it.
Oh.
So to the left. Oh, okay. Wherever.
Over here's fine, right?
Sure. So I'm going to pressure wash this rug just like I did last time, and then we can lay it over this furniture, I guess. I think once all this dries, we should cover this furniture once I get this pressure washed. So this area looks pretty bad here.
But nothing a little pressure washer can't take care of. When I was doing this, I was thinking it is incredible how powerful high-powered water can be, and it can just blast off this slime and grime relatively easily. Now this area is really bad right here because our gutters get clogged all the time. Josh is constantly, well, not constantly, but probably 3 times throughout the fall and winter, he has to go and clean out the gutters because they get clogged with debris from the trees and things that are around our house. And right here is where one of the really bad spots gets clogged often, and so there's constantly just tons of water kind of dripping over the gutter onto this spot, and so this area needed a little bit more attention. I am pressure washing the deck portion, like the wooden portion of this back area as well, because there is quite a bit of algae just on half of it where the water splashes up onto it. The side closest to the house wasn't bad at all because it really doesn't get water on it. It's just like this little edge right here where it also needed quite a bit of attention. And then I don't have to go all the way around my house to pressure wash. Last time I did this 2 years ago, our chickens at that point were free ranging 100% of the time. And when it was rainy outside, their favorite place to hang out was on the wooden deck around my house because most of it is covered. And so they wanted to get out of the rain and they really enjoyed hanging out on the deck. And so what that did is it led to a very, very messy deck. And I do not let them free range all the time, 100% of the time anymore. I do let them free range pretty often, but I really only do it on nice days or days that are not raining, so that they enjoy going out and foraging in the grass and the fields and things like that and getting bugs instead of just hunkering down underneath my back deck making lots of messes that I then have to clean up. There was about a week last month where I let them free range 100% of the time, and they did make a few messes on my front patio, so I am going to have to clean that up before we decorate the front patio. One of my goals this year is to actually decorate my front and back patio more than I did previously. I wanted to decorate my front patio for spring. You and I end up going shopping the following day after this, and we do some spring decor shopping, which is a skill decorating for the seasons that I don't have yet, but I want to build that skill over the next few years. My mom always did a great job decorating a little bit for each new season, and I always really enjoyed that growing up, and so I kind of want that to be something that I do as well. But I don't have that skill yet, so you and I are going to learn how to decorate for the seasons together. But I do need to clean the front patio just a bit because I let them free range for about a week, and so they did make some messes, but it wasn't bad enough that I needed to bring the pressure washer up there. I just am going to spot clean, and then we can decorate for the spring. I want my front patio to be really inviting this spring and something beautiful to look at as well. But I knew before we could really tackle that sort of project, getting it clean first was the priority. So obviously that is what we are doing. I have obviously over the past few years used flowers and things like that in my gardening journey to create beauty and things like that when it comes to spring and summer and fall. But it's really like the decorative pillows and the little touches like that that I don't really have yet. And I was thinking about this when I was shopping with you all the following day because we go shopping together. Just like cooking or gardening or canning or whatever it might be is a skill that takes time to learn. So does decorating. And I don't have that skill yet, and it's okay that it's going to take me time to build that skill. But it is something that I want to prioritize a little bit more in my life at this point. In the past, it wasn't something that I was really that interested in. And now it's something I'm interested in. And so we're going to learn the skill together. I say all that because when we're shopping, I get a little overwhelmed and I realize that it's okay to be overwhelmed. When I first was learning to cook, would get overwhelmed and think that I was doing something completely wrong. And sometimes I was and sometimes I wasn't. And you just, the more you do it, the more comfortable you are. And I'm realizing that this is a new thing that I'm uncomfortable with, but I want to get more comfortable with it.
I think I just ran out of gas because I was pressure washing. I got this whole section done. I just was on a roll, so I didn't call Josh, and I just started going around this way. But I think I just ran out of gas. I made it to right here, and all of a sudden, my pressure washer stopped working. So I'm going to give Josh a call. I have this much more of the patio I have to do up until here, other than I need to move the rug and get underneath the rug. Josh is on his way down to get more gas. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and toss this rug and this rug over here. This is the rug that's on the other side of that door. Those were left by the previous owner, and I think it would be nice because now we're going into our third summer here to start fresh. So I'm going to grab some gloves, and I also think I'm going to go ahead and replace this back rug here too and just start all fresh back here. I think I got my money's worth out of them being left here from the previous owner. This door is locked. I just came in the grow room to grab some gloves and thought I would show you what these are looking like. We're starting to see quite a bit of germination on the peppers, the tomatoes, the snapdragons are looking good. I have started feeding everything at least once a week now. They definitely were showing signs that they were hungry for some fertilizer. And now, look at all those tomatoes. We have pretty good germination rate on those. And look at all these peppers. Lots and lots of peppers up here. Lots of really good growth on the onions. Look at that. These are a new variety of onion to me, and they are definitely very happy. This is what I've been fertilizing them with since I got it. This is what Nicole from Flower Hill Farm recommends fertilizing her seedlings, so that's what I've been using at least once or twice a week. I've been feeding my plants with that. Sounds like Josh just got in here. Oh, he was emptying his recycle from his office and getting gas. Okay, it is such a beautiful day out here. Oh my goodness. I love pressure washing because it means that spring is right around the corner. So I just went around the other side of this door, grabbed this rug. I'm gonna get this in here. And I'm just gonna put this in the back of our truck to take to the dump. Josh, you think it's about time to get new rugs out here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, he agrees. So I'm gonna bring these to the dump.
It's crazy how beautiful.
I know, isn't it nice? Okay, so we're gonna have to, how are we gonna do this?
I'm gonna go like, I'm gonna try
You're
and
gonna-
lift it back.
Okay. Okay, got it. Okay, let me pressure wash this corner. I guess I missed this corner then.
The day after I did this project, I saw a reel that said something along the lines of, if you have anxiety, have you ever tried pressure washing? And I had to laugh because I've mentioned before that I do struggle with anxiety from time to time. And there is something very relaxing and calming and satisfying about pressure washing, where you see like instant gratification of your efforts and you can just kind of zone in. The pressure washer is pretty loud and you just see it go from something that's super grimy and gross into something that's really nice and clean and beautiful. Not that it's a cure for, anxiety or anything like that, but it does feel good to be able to watch something transform into something beautiful when it looks pretty yucky in the before. So this is the last portion of the patio that needed to be cleaned.
We did it. So this entire backyard has been pressure washed and I am officially a disaster. And I got all the way over here done. And I think what I'm gonna do is start taking some things out to the donation center and to the dump. Those Adirondack chairs we have had, they were left here from the previous owner. We don't use them anymore because we bought furniture. That hose can be donated because Josh got me the retractable hose, and that's just been there for a year since Josh set up my retractable hose. And then I think I decided, because I'm a disaster, and I need all of this stuff to dry before we can put this back. And it is only, I don't know what time it is. It's not that late in the day. So this should have time to dry. And then Josh and I can figure out what we're gonna do with this. And I will shower before that happens. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and take care of all the junk that's in here, because there is stuff that just needs to be thrown away. There's stuff that needs to find a new home. And I'm just gonna take a minute to go ahead and do that while I already look like a disaster and I'm already dirty and I need to shower anyway. So I might as well get that done now, and then I can just shower and be completely done. I'm gonna put these in the back of the truck, and tomorrow or the next day, or tomorrow, we'll do a dump run, not today, and a donation center run, because we can do 2 in 1. I'm also gonna put all the green stalks in one spot for now. Now I can get these out of here. Now I have to go through here and figure out what needs to be kept and what needs to be tossed. I got that all cleaned up and taken care of. All of that junk is now in the back of the truck to go to the dump, and then we'll send those Adirondack chairs to the donation center, and now we just wait. We wait for everything to dry out so that I can put it all back, but I am a complete disaster. I am so dirty. I've got dirt in every article of clothing, and what I need to do is go take a shower. It's only 3 o'clock right now, so what I'll probably do, just let that dry, relax with my family, and then we will whip dinner up together and put this back patio back together.
I ended up showering and we had quite a bit of the afternoon left, so I thought I would take advantage of that, head to the library and do some grocery shopping, and I ended up being gone for quite some time, and so Josh put the whole back patio back together for me. I did not put this back together at all, so I really appreciate that. We just got back from Costco. Josh did a fantastic job out there putting it back together. I just took a look at it. I was not intending to be gone until 7:47. We went to the library, and then we went to Costco, and then we went to Walmart. I'm looking for a rug for our laundry room. So I wanted to see what Costco had and what Walmart had, because Costco didn't have anything. I'm gonna make this a creamy enchilada. So I'm just gonna mix with one of my jars of homemade enchilada sauce, about a cup of sour cream. Probably poured a little too much in there. That's okay. Thankfully, I already had some shredded cheese in my fridge, so I don't need to shred any cheese. I'm glad I took these out of the freezer to thaw in the refrigerator during the day, because I probably would have had to pick up something to eat if I hadn't have done that, because I would have taken way too long to cook. Those are gonna cook for probably about 45 minutes. It's gonna be a late dinner tonight, but that's okay. It'll give me time to put these groceries away. I had no grocery list or menu plan going into Costco. I went in there to look at rugs, which they didn't have anything that I wanted, and to pick up my glasses, because I got the text that my glasses were ready. And this is what I picked up. I have not gone grocery shopping since being back from out of town over the weekend. So just basically some fresh produce, grapes, pineapple, that's gonna be our fresh fruit for the week. Some meat. I like these for a quick breakfast or a quick lunch. I just either put them in the air fryer or in the microwave. And I'll probably roast up, a bunch of this so that I can have this for easy lunches. This was on sale. I usually only buy this when it's $3 off, so it was $7 for 3. I only buy these at Costco when they're on sale because at my local
grocery store, they're like $8 for one. So that is just to have on hand because they were on sale. Peppers, one of my new go-to dinners right now because it's so easy and everybody in my family loves it, is basically like a Philly cheesesteak using this meat from Costco. They had it. They don't always have it when I go. So I bought two, and half of this serves us for one meal plus 1 or 2 lunches for Josh and I after. So this is quite a bit here. So I'm going to put the equivalent of half of this in a freezer bag, half of it in the freezer bag. This is just what I got with no menu plan or grocery list. I'm going to get this put away. I'm going to sit down with my family and relax and enjoy dinner when it comes out of the oven. It is 8:30 and I am pulling dinner out of the oven. It smells incredible. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to eat this. We will top this with a little bit of sour cream and some hot sauce. I did not make any other sides. I do not have any tortilla chips. This is dinner and it looks fantastic. I am so glad I had these made up in the freezer and all I had to do was put them in the oven.